the right thing to do is to teach Mr. Taylor a lesson. Mr. Taylor, regrettably, sir, I'm going to have to help you understand that there are other people in the world other than yourself. My responsibility to you today is not just to give you what is legal, but to give you what is right. And what is right today is for you to never think that you can get away with submitting other people to your personal whims and wishes without consequences and repercussions. Your individual freedom, your ability to assert your freedom, it's not more important than the collective good, than the common space that we share as human beings. My responsibility to you is to help you understand that. And here's what it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you $1,875 for her medical expenses. You're going to pay that, sir. You're going to pay it not because I can prove that you directly caused it, but I can prove, and you've admitted in this courtroom, that you increased her risk. You raised the threat level needlessly, selfishly. So that's my judgment. My judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,875. That's it. Let me tell you what character is, Mr. Trent. Character is what you do when you don't get caught and nobody's looking behind closed doors in the wee hours of the night, deep in the darkness. You do it because it's the right thing to do, and you do it because of who you are. It sounds like you're prepared to do the right thing for all the wrong reasons. Here's my invitation to you before I finally adjudicate this matter. Mr. Trent, have a hard conversation with Ms. Collins about your relationship. It seems like you're not happy. It seems like you're not getting some things that you need and you're seeking them in other places. Be honest with her about that. Maybe you can fix it. Maybe you can work on it. Or maybe you can decide that it's time to move on. But in either case, if you're going to be there, then be there 100%. Be with the person you claim to love and stop dragging other people in it like Ms. Hall and God knows how many other countless women that you are tenderizing on social media. Stop dragging them into this. They don't deserve it. They're not a part of the crazy. Ms. Collins, my word to you today is this, my dear daughter. Stand up for yourself. Open your eyes and see who you're with. Acknowledge that it's not just a pattern. It's certainly not a mistake that this might be who he is. And if that's the case, then be honest about the fact that you have all of the intelligence, all of the beauty, all of the capacity to get someone just as good as he is. He's not as good as it gets. And if you have to fight someone, because you told me how classy you are in the VIP section, if you have to fight someone, trip over someone, spill something on someone, accidentally or otherwise, wink, wink, you see my face? If you have to do all of that, then it's beneath you. This whole moment is beneath you, Ms. Collins. Absolutely, unequivocally not rising to the level of the woman that I see in front of me. You don't get to send people penis pics and then say you meant to send it to someone else who you're training and then act like the reason negates what you've done. I don't care what your reasons are. The fact is that it happens. And according to your contract, Mr. Luke, the morality clause only works one way. But according to this courtroom, that's not the case. It works both ways. If she does not get to touch you inappropriately, and she doesn't, you don't get to send inappropriate pictures because you do not have the right to blast your private parts to the world. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to award Miss Jenny her money, pay her back her money, give her her money. Miss Jenny, I'm only giving you this because I think both of you need to learn a lesson here. I think Mr. Luke needs to learn he doesn't get to hide behind a contract. Paperwork is not a substitute for character. And Miss Jenny, I think you're a good person. I think you have a good heart. I think you mean well.
Thank you.
I think you need to stop doing stupid stuff, though. Stop giving people your money.
Your Honor.
Stop it. Stop it. All right, I'm done with this. Get your money, Miss Jenny. Get your $1,000 back. I'm done.
Thank you.
I want us to have an important moment, me and you, all right? And I'm going to talk to you like you're my daughter, all right? Because I don't doubt that Mr. Tucker led you on, because I get that kind of vibe from him, that he uses his masculine wiles, if such a thing exists, to get what he wants. That's how he is in the world. I'm not saying that that's good or bad. I'm saying I have no doubt that you were seduced. I have no doubt that you were wooed and won. But the problem is this. You're mad at Mr. Alexander when you should be mad at yourself. You need to turn that anger and that critical engagement back upon you, because let's just be honest, you let a man move in that you didn't know, that you met on whatever, was it Facebook? That you met online, you let him move in. He moved in on the 1st, he had the passwords by the 19th or the 20th, and then he had access to your account, to a subscription that you had to pay for even before he had given you the benefit of fulfilling your desires. And you know what I'm talking about. Here's some great advice. Don't give a man the passwords before he, you know. In fact, don't give people your password, Ms. Tucker. Don't give people your passwords. Keep your passwords to yourself. Mr. Alexander is a grown man. In fact, here's how we say where I come from. He's a grown-ass man. If he wants a subscription, he can get it himself. He can pay for it himself. You are not here to take care of people, and you are not here to coddle or mother grown people. That was your first mistake. So listen, I'm not interested in having this man pay for a mistake that you made. He gave the password out to his mother. I don't believe he just gave it out to his mother. I just don't. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. You guys had a pandemic relationship. That's what you're having. You're in a pandemic situation, everybody's quarantined, and everybody's swapping spit because they stuck in the house. And somewhere along the way, Mr. Alexander realized he didn't have to just have a pandemic experience or entanglement. He could find other places, other pastures. Stop giving out your password. Stop giving people access to things they should earn. Stop allowing people, Ms. Tucker, to come into your life, be there 2 hours, and you're already in love with them. Here's the good news. The good news is you're going to live another day. The good news is you're not always going to be the age you are right now, nor in the stage you are right now. The good news is you're going to grow and mature and become the better version of yourself, and you're going to do it, and you're going to look back on this time and laugh at the fool you used to be. Here's the bad news. In spite of the fact that I can't use the evidence that she brought, I can use common sense. And that's what we do in this courtroom. It's not just about the evidence, it's about common sense. Here's what I mean by that. If you went to somebody and told somebody some things about me that they knew were not the case and they had no reason to believe them, they would not believe them and they would not base their decision about me based upon what you said. Nothing you could say to them would convince them that I was that way, unless some part of them, or more poignantly, some part of me, was equal to the critique or the opinion being brought to them. Here's what I mean by that. Your boss didn't fire you because of what she said. People don't fire people on hearsay. There was probably already something the managers and the executives in your company were thinking and feeling about you. And whatever they heard about you only confirmed and compounded what they already thought. You are today not going to prevail in this matter. You're not going to get a single dime from the defendant today. Not because the defendant is without fault. She has a report she shouldn't have. But because, Mr. Richards, you need to guard your professional reputation. And you guard your professional reputation by being a better man. And that's what you haven't figured out yet. Be a better man, sir. If you don't want to be with somebody, don't be with them. If you're going to only be professional, only be professional. Don't tell me you're professional at the beginning of the case, and then I'd read text messages calling you daddy in the middle. Doesn't work like that. I've experienced you today as a liar. And if you're a liar, then you're probably also a thief. So that's my judgment. The judgment is for the defendant, not the plaintiff. No money will be transferred here.